Two men, elite basketball players their whole lives, both wreaking havoc in college at some of the best schools in NCAA Division I history, drafted the same year, but now they are tied together in a mean, reckless, and revengeful beef. A beef that we, the viewers and fans of the NBA, could witness for another 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. This is Explaining the Beef. Trae Young versus Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen, a 6'4", 185-pound guard in the high school class of 2014, who won the McDonald's All-American Dunk Contest and led his team to a state championship. He was ranked 21st by ESPN in his class and was on his way to play for the historic Duke University basketball team. Trae Young, a 6'2", 170-pound guard in the high school class of 2017. He averaged over 40 points per game in his senior year in high school and was named Oklahoma Basketball Player of the Year by many media sites. Young was ranked 23rd by ESPN in his class and was on his way to play for the University of Oklahoma basketball team. Grayson Allen's college basketball career was one of the more crazier ones we've seen in recent history. Not getting many minutes in his freshman season, the Duke Blue Devils won the national championship. The following 3 years, Allen was a starter who was a main component of a consistently dominant team, averaging the third, second, and first most points per game in each of those years, while being at the top or very close to it for other stat categories as well. Many great players passed through the Duke team while Grayson Allen was there, such as Brandon Ingram, Jason Tatum, and Marvin Bagley. Trae Young, on the other hand, was in his first and only year in college at the same time of Grayson Allen's senior year, averaging almost 30 points and 10 assists per game and getting comparisons to Stephen Curry. It was clear that Trae Young was a promising star. Although never facing off in college, Trae Young was getting lots of attention for his playing ability, while Grayson Allen, who was a great player, was being recognized for his dangerous tripping incidents and fits of anger. These generalities of the two players would stay with them into the league and would eventually clash together to create the beef which we know of today. Their anger towards each other began in the 2018 Summer League, when Grayson Allen was guarding Trae Young, and Young, looking like he was trying to draw the foul, hooked his arm under Allen's, and the two got tangled together. This one I'm gonna have to blame on Young. The next time the two had an incident was in December of 2020, when the roles were reversed, with Trae Young now guarding Grayson Allen. Getting the ball at the three-point line with a partial screen from Jonas Valanciunas, Allen was in front of Young and actually for some reason reached behind him to hook himself onto Trae Young, and Young didn't want any of that, so he just pushed Allen on the ground, immediately causing some face-to-face trash talk from players on each team. Now, I can't really tell if Young was being a little shovey on defense, but I wouldn't doubt if he was, considering that the two have had beef in the past. But regardless, this one I'm going to have to blame on Grayson Allen for doing a weird reaching his arm and hooking him under Trae Young when he could have got the bucket. Now, this next and final incident so far is the one that really put this beef on notice to the league. With Allen and Young facing off against each other just over a week since their most previous scuffle, things were going to get intense. With the roles being reversed once again, Grayson Allen was now on defense, helping Dillon Brooks to double-team Trae Young to force a backcourt violation. As you can see here, Grayson Allen is seen to be trying to take out Trae Young's ankles, something we haven't seen from him since college, but I guess guarding Young really brought out that fire within him. Allen wasn't going crazy on the bench this time, but this incident really made people's heads spin. Tripping someone by the ankles is extremely dangerous, especially in the sport of basketball, where many players face career-ending injuries when injuring their feet, ankles, Achilles, or knees. Now, some people defended Grayson Allen, saying that it wasn't intentional, but I'm not really buying it. I can't say for sure whether Allen is looking at Trae Young's feet in this video, but it kind of looks like it. Allen also is a professional athlete and has played basketball at a high level for his whole life, which means that he's got pretty good darn awareness of where he's going in order to not run into people. Further, Allen clipped Trae Young's ankles 2 times in a row, so it does seem as though there's some ill intent. But as we see, the very next day, Young did what every young person would do. He took to Twitter in order to express his frustration to the world, tweeting out, damn, tell me what you see. SMH, which means shaking my head, facepalm emoji. This gotta stop. Grayson Allen, being the older and more mature person in the situation, sympathetically tweeted towards Young, saying, quote, damn, that must have really hurt. I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. What a nice guy. Allen said that it must have really hurt instead of just using the word really once. In reality, this makes the incident a bit more spicy, as now it's looking a lot more likely than ever that Allen purposefully tripped Young and doesn't care if anyone knows about it. Now look, both players are known for doing a little too much at times. Grayson Allen is of course known for his tripping and disregard for the ankles of his peers, while Young is more innocently known for trying to get a couple extra free throws. On numerous occasions, Young has blown by and abruptly stopped while in front of players to draw a foul. Notably, NBA legend and Brooklyn Nets head coach Steve Nash called out Trae Young, saying, quote, that's not basketball, referring to Young's action. What hurt even more is the fact that Trae Young has gone on record saying that Steve Nash was his idol growing up. So what's the future of this beef? Well, the two aren't set up to face against each other again this season. With the Grizzlies being in the West and the Hawks being in the East, the two probably won't be playing against each other too often in the future, unless they switch teams. The Grizzlies are Allen's second team in his 3 years in the league, so I wouldn't doubt it if he switches teams again soon, although he has seen minute increases so far. On the other hand, I assume that Young is going to stay with the Hawks for a long time, since he's the best player that they've had in quite a while. Either way, Allen is 25 and Young is 22, and they both will be in the league for a long time, and I have a feeling that this beef isn't going away anytime soon.